guess what we have coming up, y'all? It is another full moon that is happening on Sunday, September the 7th. But this full moon is going to be so incredibly intense because we also have a lunar eclipse that is happening. If you have been feeling the negative, heavy energies, you are not alone. This has been one of the craziest years so far. 2025 has been a year of transformation, and with that, we're going to have a lot of chaotic energies. So during the month of September, there are actually 2 eclipses that are happening. The other eclipse is the solar eclipse that we have at the end of the month. But the very first eclipse that we're having is on Sunday, and it is coming in with the full moon. So I'm going to give you guys just some spiritual tips and practices that will help you ground in your light energy and not be overcome by all of the heavy negative energies. Right now, it's been so intense. The amount of chaos that has been happening has been feeling like we are in the middle of the ocean in one of those huge storms. I always watch those videos where people are out in the Great Sea and there's these huge storms that are going on, but that's really a metaphor for what is happening. During this time, you may be feeling like you are incredibly tired, so exhausted. Take the rest that you need. Now is the time for you to rest, but also keep that fire energy going. We are in Virgo season, so the way that our minds are going to be going with new ideas, with getting organized, with having some sort of structure around our manifestations, around the actions that we're taking towards our future lives, towards our higher selves. Those actions also need to be paired with rest, because what's happening is that with the full moon that's coming in, we're going to be experiencing a lot of downloads that are coming in, but it's going to be chaos. So sometimes we're not actually able to hear what the downloads are saying. So it's really important for you to keep your nervous system calm, so that way you can receive the downloads and then you can know which actions to put forth, the actions that are actually going to make a difference in your manifestation. Because there's so much chaos that's happening, it can be really confusing, and our minds simply want clarity throughout this time. And so the way that you can achieve that is by, yes, meditating with the full moon, but understanding that because that light is going to be covered up, there's going to be confusion that comes in the midst of the clarity. And so your dreams and the downloads that you are getting can really be confusing. It can kind of feel like those huge waves that are coming in and then going out. And you're like, wait, what was that again? What did I experience? What was I supposed to receive from this? And so the way that you can really master that clarity is by resting, but also making sure that you're taking enough action. So I talk a lot about balance. And this is one of those moments when balance is your key. It's going to be your key of getting through all of this intense, chaotic energy. So the other part too is that usually during full moons, emotions are high because there's a lot of energy that's in motion, which are emotions. Emotions are going to be high amongst the collective. Feel the emotions. If you want to cry, cry. I've been crying so much, and I don't know if you can even tell, my eyes have been so puffy over the last few weeks for sure, but especially coming into this full moon energy, it's really important that you allow for that release to happen. It's so interesting because sometimes we try to put judgment on what we're feeling, or we try to label it of saying, I'm only crying because of this, or I shouldn't even be crying right now, or, I've been emotional these past few days. Don't justify it. Don't try to give reason to it. Allow for the emotions to just release. Allow for the change to actually happen, because this is the final push before you actually receive that manifestation. And because we are still in these really high manifestation months to where, the energy is so quick and rapid, what's happening is that our emotions are trying to keep up and catch up with this new identity that we are taking on. And so a part of what's happening during the eclipse is that you can actually release those negative emotions into, I wouldn't even say negative, but you can release the heavy emotions. You can release the old identity. You can release the trauma, the pain, the hurt. Whatever you are feeling that's actually weighing you down, feel free to release that into the eclipse energy, into the dark energy. It's fascinating because, yes, the light energy is being covered up, which means that the dark energies are going to be stronger during this time. But that's not something to be afraid of. It's not something to be paranoid about. It's not something that you should feel like, oh my God, it's the darkness. Oh, wow, there's going to be so much negativity. There's going to be arguments. Don't even let your mind go into that space, because where your focus goes, that is where energy flows. So if you are focused on releasing the parts of you that are being weighed down, if you focus on releasing that into the eclipse energy, you are going to see so many beautiful things that transpire from that. The manifestations that you are looking to bring into your physical existence, this new identity that you are anchoring into, it's like everything is going to line up for you. And this is, I always look at it and I say, the universe gives us not what we want, but it gives us what we need. And so during this time, it's more so about understanding that the dark energy is making itself present. It's making itself aware, so that way you can release it. Something that my coach has also said to me is that when you are unaware of something, it's very hard to change it. The first thing that you need to do is bring awareness to the situation. It's kind of like if you were writing a rough draft and the professor just gives you back a letter grade saying, okay, you have a C-. And they're like, you can make as many adjustments as you would like to get that A, but they don't give you any feedback. Then it's like, well, how do you know what you should be working on? How do you know what changes you should be making, or the things that you should get rid of in your paper, or the things that maybe you should add into your argument? How do you know? And the fact of the matter is that right now is when the universe is going to be revealing to you the edits that you need to make, the where you should shift your focus, and really where you should move your attention to. Because, we can go through things, but we don't know everything, right? Like, so we can start on a business, but maybe we don't know all of the, we could start a business, but maybe we don't know if we're going in the right direction. We don't even know if this is the right business for us. We don't know if we have the right product out. We don't know if we are speaking to the right audience. And so it's kind of like the audit process that's happening. So this full moon and the eclipse energy is like no other. It is incredibly, incredibly powerful, but you are powerful. So it's not something to be paranoid about. It's not something to be overwhelmed about, but it is really important that you remain grounded, that you remain focused, and also that you allow for the release to happen. Don't hold on to it. Don't be afraid of crying. If you're at work and if you feel this rush of emotion happening, run to the bathroom and cry. Release it. Don't even put a time limit on how quickly you need to get through this, because the universe is doing its part to release, and it is also your job to release as well, because we are co-creating. The other thing is, because we do have these 2 eclipses that are happening, if you've made it to my page, I'm sure that you are, fully into your journey of being a light being. And that's how we have found each other here. So during this time, it is also important for you to pray to the light energies, for you to get as much sunlight as you can, for you to pray to the moon and express gratitude to the moon, to the sun, because the more that we express gratitude to the light, the more that the light is going to bless us, the more that the light is going to ground us. And it is really important to fill your vessel up, okay? So fill your vessel up with all of the love that you need, with all of the happiness that you need, with the laughter. Make it easy. Make things as easy as possible for you during this time. Pray to the light as much as you can. Charge up your crystals, charge up, your physical body, making sure that you are, right now I'm sun gazing, getting as much sun as you can, getting as much moonlight as you can, even if, I go to bed very early, but at least I try to anyways. But, sometimes I'm going to bed before the moon is even out and bright. But lately I've been noticing that the moon is out during the daytime. So if you happen to catch that, if you happen to look up and you see, oh wow, the moon is, squaring off with the sun right now, express gratitude to both lights. The other part that you really want to do, because like I said, the negative energies are going to be more vibrant during this time, so protect your energies. Just simply saying, I protect my energy, expanding your energy out so that way you can make your vessel that way you can make your light energy as big as possible before you're leaving the house, and then you won't be as easily affected. So if you have found any of this helpful, please, as always, let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. The other thing too is that on Friday, September, I'm so tired. I don't even know what date it is today, but on Friday, before the eclipse, I'm actually going to be going live with you all, and I'm going to go through a ritual or a spiritual practice that is going to help you really ground in those energies, and that is really going to help you increase your aura and make sure that you are still bringing in your manifestations in full abundance, because this is also a really, really, really big manifestation portal. So I want you to be able to receive every single thing that is meant for you. And please, please, please make sure that you tune into that. That will be live on Friday at 10 a.m. and that is Eastern Standard Time. So set your reminders, put it in your calendar, and join me on Friday. I cannot wait to talk to y'all soon, and I can't wait to see you soon. So yeah, and also if you have any questions, go ahead and write them down, and we'll do a short Q&A session at the end of Friday's session, or at the end of Friday's live. I love you, I love you, I love you, and I'm going to talk to y'all soon.